Hello, this is the animation breakdown, and I need to do this really quickly before my screen recorder decides to kill itself. Don't draw Din and Dawn like this, because Din is not pink, Din is hot pink, and Dawn is orange. Anyway, also the hollow being missing thing was a thing that I wanted to happen that wasn't finished. Also, this was the original frame rate it was supposed to be. It looked much cooler, but I slowed it down to make you be able to process things. Then this is Hollow leaving, and then Dawn telling them to split up, and she's leaving. And now she's walking, and this scene was probably undecipherable because I made it in a really horrible way, but this is Dawn walking up the stairs, and then she's like, "Ooh, cool stairs." This scene doesn't really make sense to be here. And this really short scene of Reaper breaking through a wall. Anyway, continuing. Hornet with Criddle on the floor. Hollow walks, and he's like, "Secret door." And she's like, "Criddle, you are coming." You know, now Hornet and Hollow are the only people who know that Criddle's name is Criddle. But then she brings him upwards, and then they start going without moving their feet because I'm too lazy. Opening door opening animation. Then he's here, and he's like, "There's nothing," and then eyes, and then nail, and then Dawn suddenly comes, because meanwhile, behind the scenes, Dawn was like, walking up the stairs, and then at the top of the stairs, there was like another way to this door, and then boom, and then she's on the floor, and then he's like, "Oh no, she really sacrificed herself." And then this is just poking her. He's literally just poking her. You can see the outlines of how much I had to lasso. And then he's like, "Erg, I'm gonna come and kill you." And Dawn was removed from the scene because it would take way too long. And then they start fighting, and then, oh, the eyes is actually Reaper, so now they're beating each other up. And now he's about to kill him, and he's like, "No," but then, tendrils take him. And it was actually Dawn, and he's probably gonna be like, "Oh no, Dawn is gonna kill me now," because Dawn is always evil when she has black stuff. But, like, black stuff, Void. When she has Void, she's always evil. But now, she took him, and oh no, but, she doesn't kill him. And then he's like, "Erg, I'm gonna come kill you," but then he trips over the other one. Then she's like, "Lol." And then she stops being voidicious. And then they walk over to a door. And then they open the door. There have been about 20 door opening scenes. So far, like 3. And then they're like, "Oh, Dawn is in this room." I mean, the amount of people has just been shrunken down so much. Like, it's filtering people out. It filtered out Hollow. Filtered out Hornet. Now it's just Dawn and Criddle. And they're looking at her. And then she's like, she opens one eye. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Din, oh my gosh." And then she walks. But then Criddle was holding onto her dress, so she, like, falls back. And then it's, like, awkward scene where she's just like, "Oh, why did you do that? Was that intentional? Was it not?" Anyway, continuing, she's walking over to Din. And then he's like, "Oh no," because he sees the Void, and he's like, "Oh no, no," and then he tries to kill it. See, he gets something done, but then it just goes back into place, and then it flies up, and he's angry, so he just, like, cuts it again, and now it's super thin, like Din's, and she's like, "Oh no," and he's like, "Erg," and then he gives the nail to his other hand. And then he grabs her so that she doesn't move while he's doing this crazy procedure that only future-telling people would be able to know. He takes her dress so he can throw it and cut it. And also, this is not hitting Din, it's just going past her. Wow, and then perfect transition to no void existing ever. And her eyes are already kind of open, but no one cares. He's like, guys, are you awake? Are you alive? Well, Din is obviously alive, but I don't know. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm alive. I'm gonna open my eyes now, and I'm gonna try to get up like this, but oh, wobble, wobble. I don't know. How do I explain this? He was like doing that for like 2 nanoseconds. 2 nanoseconds too long. He was holding her up so that Din could have possibly thought that he was like going to like, I don't know, do something weird. So she was like, what are you doing? And then they're like awkward, so they move away from each other. And then boom, awkward doesn't exist anymore because these guys come and they're like, let's clean up the void. And then it's like, montage. So this is Dawn, because she has control of her voidy stuff now. So she moves it over here, and then she moves it upwards as a transition. And then a bunch of voidy stuff going. I keep calling it void-y stuff, even though it's literally just void. And it was actually Hollow with a vacuum who took it all. And then more falling down, but then it's actually Din with a roller that she rolled up to take all of it. And now it's Hollow, but I could not get his proportions right, so he just looks really weird, which is why there is only one frame of this before it instantly goes here. And this is just a time lapse of the castle. That's Dawn with a sponge, him with a vacuum, Hollow with a vacuum, Dawn, and then Din over here, who is cleaning up the cracks they made when they got in the castle. Yeah, remember that. Anyway, she fixes the cracks. Hornet goes over here, and Dawn is over here, and then Hollow is over here, and then they go up, you know. It's like a montage of everyone moving, and then Dawn gets rid of the last of it, and then it's cool. And then he's like, sorry for trying to kill Criddle, and then Din is like, it's okay, even though she wasn't even there. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Oops, accidentally went back like 20 years. Okay. You know. And then it's the outro, which is the same thing as the intro, but the Dreams logo is colored in, and the people actually have like the correct colors. Wow. And then this time he isn't in outline. He actually isn't an outline. He's just a person this time. Wow. And then him, and then it's like Dreams. And then I decided to use a half-invisible eraser to look like shading. And then it's self-promo. But I just wanted to mention that I based Criddle's cape off of how leaves look in the seasons. So in spring, the leaves are green because they just grew. And then they get like lime, I guess. And then they turn orange in autumn. And then it's black because the leaves aren't actually there after then in winter, so, you know, that was the entire design for his cape, and that's the end of it. Wow. I don't know. Bye.